I don't know how I should feel about the fact that I lost 2 viewers as soon as I went live. Hello, Munchkin Knight. Aren't you officially schooled? How goes, the first week? Oops, sorry. Also, let me know how audio sounds. I did. You only had 1 class? Okay, well that's nice. You had a chill day. Let me know if audio's problematic at all. If I need to turn on the music or anything. I did get a new headset because the one that's been causing me issues just totally stopped holding a charge. It finally showed up like late last night, and I did not realize it's audio jack only, so I now don't have a speaker. But yeah, I had to like rebalance everything, and I'm not totally sure what it sounds like. Your evening is nice and free for now, but not in the future. Yeah. It's like they start you out to give you into a false sense of complacency, and then they kill you. Okay. The music is slightly louder. Alright. Oop, that's not what I want. Yeah, I did order, it is nice that it's significantly lighter than my other one, so I'm hoping that it won't give me a bunch of god-awful headaches. But it is, like, very loose. So I had to, I put an order in for, like, different ear pad thingies in the hopes that I can make it fit a little better. But yeah, so far so good. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to draw, by the way. I was like, maybe I'll finally get a dragon done for Smallgust before the month is completely over, but I don't totally know. I just need to draw today. I have had a heck of a week since the last time I streamed, and I need to vent in art form. I'm trying to think of what all I've drawn since then. It hasn't been much. I kind of spent... I had this master plan for, a no-rub hand thing, and then I'm like, that's just these. These exist. But for a little while, I thought it was a genius. And then another sketch idea, another sculpt idea, and then this lady that we worked on last time on stream. Like this week already. I'm talking about like the last week since I streamed last. Because I think I streamed last... last Wednesday. I think that was the last time I streamed. Like it's been a bit. And since then... Or was it last Thursday? I can't remember. I think it was last Wednesday, because I think I stayed up all Thursday night prepping something for some movie producers for a potential job that I am 90% certain I've been ghosted on. So I stayed up all night on that. And then family decided to be special. over the weekend. Hi, White Knight. How is everybody doing? It's kind of like I was pretty much expecting it. I had hopes just because I was highly recommended by who they were originally wanting to hire. And like apparently Del Toro. So I had hopes. But yeah. It is the way it is. I have been ghosted by a lot of stuff in the last, like, it's nice that, like, there's been a little bit more interest in work this year compared to, like, the last 2 years, but I have been ghosted, I think, 3 times in the last month and a half. It's like, I do need to respond. There was like one friend that wants me to kind of like do business with him, but it kind of sounded like he wanted me to just give free advice to his clients. I was like, I don't know. He essentially works with game studios, trying to get indie studios off the ground kind of thing. But yeah, at least I got new health insurance, and I used it to book therapy. Alright, I have an eyeball, and that's it. I think the therapist that I chose, I'm hoping is good fit, but they have part of their specialty is diagnosing like ADHD, which I'm like probably a good 80% certain I have. So that'll be, I don't know if that will change anything, but we'll find out. But anyways, I hope you're, was it just the one class is all you've had total, or is that just today? Got family reunion in chat. Oh no, though I haven't had a chance to call them in a bit because I've been a bit bogged down taking care of everything else. I was trying to see if I could actually get my mom into therapy, but then she kind of flipped her shit at me, so... I have a totally normal family that doesn't have children purely to take care of them when they get older, despite any and all emotional, physical abuse. normal, fully functional family. Alright, this is gonna turn into an Asian dragon, isn't it? I can't remember, did either of you have a portable kayak? I can't remember if I ever talked to you all about that. This isn't Ooblets. I know! I was actually kind of wondering, should I... Were you hoping it would be Ooblets today? Or should I just kind of be like, alright, this month, or this week got delayed because of my audio issues. It wasn't just audio issues, my Bluetooth on my computer also just stopped working over the weekend as well, so it was, because I was hoping I could catch up on the weekend. But yeah, I did not get the headset till last night, and then the Bluetooth died. But, I mean, if you want me to do Ooblets, I could try to do that tomorrow, and then do the drawing on Friday, or would you prefer if I move it to keep it on Friday and then do the drawing the next week? I need to draw, Rayland. I am stressed. I am stressed, and I want to draw an angry dragon. Okay? And I got a new glove to test to see how much it smudges the shit out of the pencil line. The answer is not that badly, but still does smudge. I'm also working on, I'm trying to transfer everything over to OBS. I'm still on Streamlabs today. Because I did get all the scenery and everything over, but it like doubled everything and I gotta connect all the stuff and then test it. So I am still working on the OBS shift. And then I did start setting up the throne like Milo was talking to me about, but I have no idea what to really put on there. Like I just bit the bullet and bought the headset because I needed to because my other one was broke. That sounds. Which part of the thing sounds? I don't know. I'm at least happy. Raya's training is going really, really well. Like I posted a video on Blue Sky of I've been working with her on she's definitely a hunting dog and she stalks bunnies, but she actually listens really, really well. I've noticed if I just kind of like let her stalk bunnies, but in a controlled manner. So I've turned it into a game. But I tested her yesterday. I was like, alright, there's this adorable baby bunny and the mom bunny in this yard. I'm going to... And they were very dumb and let us get very close. And, but I was essentially testing to make sure Raya wouldn't go after them without being told, and she totally didn't. I was like, I'm very happy with my dog. The whole stream setup seems to have been giving you a hard time for a while. Once it changes, hopefully everything gets situated. I'm hoping... Like, I think a lot of it was whatever the Bluetooth is. I think my headset battery dying was, like, causing Streamlabs to reset. And so now I've got a new headset. And, like, I redid the Bluetooth. So it might be that Streamlabs will work okay now, but I'm still gonna switch over to OBS just because I don't like that it does that functionality-wise. So I did get, I got the same headset, I believe, as you, Rayland. And what did you end up getting for the, because I think you said you don't have the standard earphone covers. And I noticed these ones are, like, really loose, so the audio quality is not great. It is nice that it doesn't squish my ears. Because I have sensitive wee baby ears. You got velour covers. I think I ordered some from like Brainwaves or something like that was the company. I'm kind of hoping they'll fit better, but I was looking for ones that might be like angled, which they didn't seem to have anymore. Can't stand the pleather, it's sweaty and itchy. This one, I don't think is pleather actually. Maybe they changed it since you got it. But that does make me worry because the ones I ordered, I either ordered suede or I ordered the actual sheepskin one. Because I have problems with my my skin getting itchy with synthetic materials sometimes. I have no idea what I'm doing with this dragon. I just know it's angry. It's kind of looking a little bit like a Jim Henson thing. What did I put on the back of this? I did get these, notes. Okay. I did order like a pad of tracing paper. I was like, I'll put this in between the sheets to make it so they don't rub. Oh yeah! That was the other kind of shitty thing I found out. So I did this, and I finally got the paper back in to cut out and frame this thing, but I did this for the push and pull art show that I got accepted into. But I totally did not notice. It was like in the middle of like a trash fire day that I had to respond to their acceptance email within like 24 or 48 hours or I lost my spot in the show. So I guess I'm not in that show anymore. I feel really bad that I completely spaced on answering them, and I kind of emailed them. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but they might just be mad at me now. There's like another one that has been kind of going on off and on for a while called Pancakes and Booze at El Corazon. And I went to that when, I think the very first one. And you pay for per hanging instead of like a percentage of your sale. So I'm considering kind of doing that one instead, but I haven't done it since the first sale. Our first show, and I only sold one thing that day. And I don't know if that show's like still popular or if it's kind of like done to death. You got rejected for the punk rock flea market again? Why? I don't understand shows. I feel like a lot of those smaller local shows kind of end up becoming a bit nepotism. Like, it ends up being the showrunner and the people that kiss their ass the most. Is the unfortunate part. Like, I think the only reason I keep getting into Geekcraft, I don't necessarily kiss the ass of the guy that runs it, but he pretty much keeps people that have like big social medias around. So in that respect, I'm glad that my Blue Sky is inundated with bot accounts I don't want. What's more punk than hand embroidered patches? Exactly. Maybe you gotta like advertise it. You gotta go find someone with a mohawk and wearing a kilt or something, and then put all the patches on them. Like if you have human models, they just gotta turn around in circles the entire time. Will your hubby dress up as a punk mannequin for you? You got into DesignerCon but were rejected from a much smaller local event I figured would be beginner friendly. Yeah, I don't. It's weird. How did DesignerCon go, by the way? Did that happen? I think that happened, right? Hi, Cobalt. Thanks for lurking. Cause yeah, you went to, cause isn't DesignerCon, yeah, I can't talk. DesignerCon split into two now? It's like one's in Vegas and one's back in Pasadena, I think? White Knight has an awesome denim jacket with an embroidered skull pinned to the back. So what I'm hearing is there's a chance. Oh, you're in Vegas. Okay, I thought you were in the Pasadena one. Alright. I am curious as to how that went. I remember sneaking out after dark. You'd have been on my mind all night long. Ryan had first to figure out toy making before that. Mm-hmm. I do want to try for DesignerCon. It's expensive. All these shows to travel to. Can only really justify losing money on a show once a year, and that is currently Monsterpalooza. What is happening with this thing? This is getting more and more. It started out as Asian Dragon, and it's turning more and more in what were those red hairy things in Labyrinth? There's less toy focused and more illustration normal art tables. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Like, I have a bunch of ideas for toys I want to make, but I'm getting to more, like, complex designs, and I have to, like... They're... Like, it's not that bad to print them, but when you have to do a bunch of prep with them, because, like, I want to do ones where I print them out and I have to put them together, and they're going to involve, like, some resin pouring to kind of finish off. That's time I need to devote to stuff that I'm, like, don't know if I have right now. Change this eyelid. The Labyrinth... They were called Furies? Like Guy Fieri? Which came first? I mean, I'm pretty sure Guy Fieri was alive by the time those were invented, but I don't think he was popular by then, was he? You looked at mold making, that seems fairly accessible. I've done like some basic mold making. It is a bit of a learning curve and expensive. Cause like, your stuff doesn't last forever. But if you have simple enough designs, it is, I think, cheaper than 3D printing. Reminds you more of the Skeksis. Well, that's because I haven't done the rest of them yet, but that makes sense. The Skeksis have, I think, fairly tiny eyes. Like fire, so they're fiery, but it still seems. I'm just gonna go with Furies. I want them to be Furies, and then I want there to be like a Highlander moment where they have to fight. You have a blind box series of monsters based on the 5 senses I wanted to mold, but I might just stick with resin printing depending on costs. I know in a lot of respects 3D printing has pretty much surpassed mold making. I think a lot of the vinyl stuff, still you can't really 3D print, but that's vinyl isn't mold making, or that's not the mold making you're thinking of. That's the, what is it, vacuum sealing molds? which I don't know if that's even possible to do, like, at home yet at this point. I think that's still largely... Yeah. I know the struggle. I was just sketching out ideas for one last night. That's what this very loose pile of scribbles is. And I have some more complex ones that I really need to get into that, like, my old art director really wants me to sculpt. I just haven't done it because I'm like, this is gonna be a $300 blank kit by the time I'm done, and how many people are gonna buy that? Many different resins for toys and collectibles, blind box, and you gotta use different ones for ones from articulation, movable toys. Yeah. Yeah, it's all different. And I know, like, some people will print the joints out as a different resin, and then the body, like the arm itself, will be a separate resin, and then you put them together so you have like a more sturdy one or a more flexible one. So there are ways to, like, at least we're in a kind of a cool part of the industry now, like in a time where you can kind of piecemeal things together way easier. Versus it used to just be like, this all had to work in one injection mold, and like I have friends that work at the Kaleidos, which is their newer blind box company, but they're all like spin-off from Funko staff. And so their stuff is all like injection molded because they still know the companies that they worked with at Funko. And then when you have that, then you got to be able to print it with that giant, I'm sure you've seen videos on like TikTok of the big boob thing that you get ink on, and then it boops down on the top and it prints it all. You met Kaleidos at DesignerCon. They were super friendly. Oh, they're great. Yeah, they're, I don't know who you all met. It started out with, oh, I'm having a brain fart. It was one of the original founders of Funko, and then 3 of the artists, which 2 of them are people that were in my grade at Digipen, so they're like friends of mine. Anya, I think she just goes by Anna, and then Nena, who I think they call her Nina. It's kind of interesting how they have different pronunciations of their name. The boob printer, yes. The boob printer is very satisfactory, though, okay? If I could afford / trust a manufacturing company to make my designs and not rip them off, I would want to go and sit at the company, like, production line and just be like, can I just watch the boob? I would like to watch the boob go up and down, please. Every company that does articulation gatekeeps techniques? Really? I guess, what kind of articulation are you trying to do? You want to try that technique with acrylic squares like people use with nail art? Oh, yeah, that might be... I could see that. I have been thinking about doing, like, 2D sheet printing. Like, I was thinking about actually sculpting, bookmarks. But I was like, ooh, and then I could actually print, like, because some of the stuff I'm doing is gonna have, like, loose parts in it. Like, leaves and stars and things. But then, yeah... Like, I don't know, it'd be finding a way... I feel like you can make a mini boob yourself. And you just print it on a piece of wax paper, and then you just go... Oh, I see. So you're talking about... Where do I even have? I only have one around here. You're talking about this. I'm trying to think of, like, his articulation is, yeah. I almost wonder how much of it's just like trial and error. People do DIY boobs with balloons? Oh. Yeah, I have seen that before. I just want the satisfactory, reusable silicone. Without context, that is hilarious. Hi, Helene. We're talking about boobs. But not the ones you're thinking of. You got the exact model? Yeah. Their stuff is kind of pricey, but I'm trying to think. I was like, I don't have any of my puppets down here. Because I started to do articulation on some of my dudes, and yeah, it is a bit much. I've been thinking about buying some STLs from some people that have done some, like there's somebody that did a dragon head kind of like this, but it's like the Game of Thrones dragons. But then they made it so that, like, the tongue opens up. So I think it's the tongue, the throat, the bottom jaw, and the upper jaw, and I want to kind of get the STL just to test it out. He probably works for that too. We're talking about the manufacturing printing boobs. Where it's just like it's like a printer that's just like a big silicone, I'm thinking it's silicone, like nipple boob thing. And then it goes down, presses down on a sheet of like transfer paper, gets the design on it, and then it goes over to whatever toy or print, and then it puts it down on that. Okay, be safe, don't burn down your dorm room apartment. They sometimes post test prints. I combed it for 3D model breakdowns. Oh. Do they sell the test prints? Yeah, they do it for printing, like, ceramic plates and bowls and stuff, but they also use it for printing... Like, I'm trying to see if I have a toy that was probably printed with that method, but I don't think I do. Because it's very, like... You have to have a design that works, like, top-down. And I don't think I have one. But you'll see with, like, a lot of, like, the more simplified, like, kawaii stuff, is a lot of that's printed that way. Plus, as they sell as model kits, You found a YouTuber who supposedly knows them, do a tutorial on separating models for articulation. Oh, interesting. Like, I know I did follow some, like, basic articulation tutorials. But, like, I'm not trying to get this complicated. Like, I've done basic ball joint and, hinge joint stuff. But, like, not too not anywhere near this complex. I just want to see the boob method, okay? It seems very satisfactory, and I want to watch. A one-day goal? Yeah. Like, I would like to get more into designing toys and stuff like that. I've heard, like, Kaleidos can, you know, manage to get off the ground and into, you know, Hot Topic as fast as they were because they took all their Funko connections with them. And so, like, they already knew the companies, they already knew the suppliers, the retail people, all of that. So they were already, like, set up from the get-go. So, like, perfect position to succeed, which is like awesome. Like I said, they're great people. They're friends of mine, so I'm very happy about that. But comparatively, like I was watching I can't remember this. There's another artist YouTuber, and his wife is also an artist, and she was trying to make her own vinyl toy. And so she wanted to do a blind box series, so she was going around all these manufacturers and asking them if they would take it on, and they all kind of rejected her. And then apparently at least one of them just straight up ripped off her design after rejecting her. And then when she finally did find somebody to do it, it was an outrageous amount of money, and she could only do one design. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm essentially trying to roll back toy design to before we relied on China to manufacture everything, and before we relied on like injection molds. I'm like, all right, we got 3D printing. I want to try to make these cool toys with that, but yeah, I'm gonna have to make all the pieces myself and put them together, and so it's gonna be a bit of assembly that I'm gonna have to see how much I hate myself once I do one of them, as to whether or not I should do more. Seems is a bit more accessible now. What's your... Oh, wait. I know I've heard Sofubi, but now I'm very... What does Sofubi mean? Soft vinyl? Is that possible at home now? Because yeah, I thought vinyl was pretty much out of the picture because it had to be all injection molded. So I was just like, how do I do this with resin and then maybe 3D print or poured resin with 3D resin? But if soft vinyl can be... interesting. I also really want to do jewelry at some point, but that's a whole other mess. Soft vinyl gives off... pretty dangerous because it gives off a ton of chemicals, but someone had a display detailing how they did it. Oh, really? I'd be very curious to see how they did it, but... Yeah, I kind of doubt... I'll probably still stick with the resins because they're chemically enough, but at least I can get water-based ones. I want to do... For jewelry, there's, I think I mentioned this before, but I was talking with... like, the one reasons why I like going to Monster Pools is I meet some cool people. And so I met the guy from the Evolution booth, who do Evolution, for those that don't know, do the let me see if I can find one. They do these anatomical models. So he did some of their sculpts, he did their lion, and then he was also the instructor for Evo Labs. Yeah, that's what they are. He was also the instructor for the sculptors. So he came by, and he was telling me, he's like, your stuff is already kind of like set up to work for jewelry. He's like, you just... And he was telling me all the things that worked, that specifically with my art, that would work with jewelry, but he was telling me it's very hard to get it done because jewelry houses kind of control the entire pipeline. You just saw that ostrich today? Were you at a show? Gotta find it. Okay, cool. I don't know why I still have this hanging out loose. I need to go on a deep clean of my... But, okay, so like this. My goopy horses. He was showing me, he's like, this works really, really well for jewelry already because I've considered the forms in here and the 3D contours of it. So he really wants me to start making jewelry. But it's like, I'd have to kind of try to figure out how to do like silver pouring on my own or 3D metal printing. because it's like he mentioned it's very hard to get in at a jewelry place, or like they just control the pipeline. But I want to design, like I'm already working on a necklace that's kind of like a bunch of horses all together. And then I have a bracelet that I want to do. I want to do a bunch of kind of bracelets, but a bit based around my goopy style. I just have like a pile of stuff that I've been showing and then putting back on my chair behind me. Like pretty much I just want to design cool, like not necessarily like precious stones. Like I do kind of collect some of our, we have like a lot of local jade. We have a very special kind of jade that comes around here. And I kind of want to tumble some and like do some unique pieces involving that, but not like diamond encrusted anything. Do I need to make a Discord, y'all? I don't have a Discord for the stream and I'm wondering if I should make one. Hold on. I had one a long time ago for Patreon. No, it's okay. I've been kind of thinking, I've had it asked them last few times and I'm like, do people want that to be a thing? Do we want to hang out? Like, I kind of know, I've been avoiding it because I know a lot of people don't have the spoons for Discord anymore, or for like a bunch of new like Discords. But I'm like, people keep asking, and if it is something that people want to share stuff or game suggestions, then maybe I should make one. But yeah, hold on. I just have to figure out when I'm going to set that all. I'll make a very quick. You're good at lurking in Discord servers and never saying anything. Me too. I have 2 Discords that I'm actually active in. All right. Do the same thing. Okay. I will make one. So y'all can post game suggestions and join and stuff if you want to post like art or suggest. I have no rules in here right now because I'm trusting you all to be adults and not post anything racist or terrible. Yeah, I know I occasionally go and I just like crowd surf into White Knights and I'm like, here's this cool embroidery needle pokey thingy that I found, and then I like everyone's stuff. Alright, I'm gonna pin this Discord invite. Let me know if that works, but... This is way more people than I was expecting to hop onto this already. Oh, interesting. Glove mold. Okay. So they stuck with a fairly simple design, I see, at least. Yeah, I'm wondering how complex you can make that. Yes, thank you. I think I'm still gonna stick with trying to figure out how to do resin and not kill myself with more fumes, because the resin's bad enough. Maybe someday when I have like a shop with a proper ventilation. Hold on, we were gonna put... I'm gonna put in like 2 basic channels. Dedicated ventilated art studio is a dream. Yes, exactly. Alright, there are 3 channels right now. Game suggestions, art, pets. I will put more work into this later, but for now, there is a Discord. Like, whenever I find the time to get into needle felting, then I'm just gonna show up very awkwardly in White Knight's server and be like, look what I did! And it's just gonna look like a lint ball. Aww, that's so nice. And I'm happy I still managed to, or that I got to stream today. I'm like, I wasn't sure how long I was gonna be able to stream. And I was honestly kind of debating it, because like I said, I've had like a really shitty week since the last time I streamed, but I'm glad I did, because it's been nice to get to hang out and chat with people. Gets my mind off of things. Makes me feel less like the monster my family makes me out to be. Blah. His teeth are kind of doing weird things, but eh. Peer pressure to finish your own project, so I love these streams. Oh. Yeah, that is the other thing. Well, I do still draw, but I kind of like the BC Breakdown series is peer pressure myself for to do other styles and everything. Which, yeah, I think my plan is to just move Ooblets to Friday, where like it would have been last Friday if I hadn't had my headset shit out. So I'll just keep it to this Friday. We'll just have like double random art streams. Makes the workday go faster. Yay! Like, I was a little worried that if I did get the film gig, I wouldn't have time to stream, but like I said, I'm pretty sure they ghosted me. I hope it's not part of it, is because at first I had like somebody emailed me and they wanted to see my stuff, so I like had to put together a big like folder of things, and like I had to make a bunch of the sheets for it. So like, it's like building a portfolio to a site, essentially. I had to do that real quick. But then when I emailed them back, I just hit reply instead of reply all, because I forgot that there was like a bunch of people CC'd, and I was like, oh shit. I like didn't notice until way later, because I pretty much handed everything in and passed the fuck out. And yeah, so I realized way later, sent an email adding the other 2 in there, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Did not mean to. Here's the thing for everybody else in that was CC'd. And I was like, I hope I didn't offend anybody. Which most people are like, oh, they'll understand, but I'm like, okay, the thing is, there's like game producers, which are they're their own special group, but then there's movie producers. And they can be really special. But you know what's even more special than movie producers? Movie stars who became movie producers. You were told to reach out about tabling an event through DM, which sucks because I could see they read my message and ignored it. Oh no. This is also why read receipts terrify me, because sometimes I'll read an email or a message, but I'm like, I don't have the spoons to process it. So I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe they just haven't had time, but if like the event came and went and you didn't hear anything, then yeah, they just kind of, they dropped the ball. I'm sorry. Like, I've been very tempted to, I found out that Monsterpalooza, one of my friends who tables there pays like $100 less for the same exact space as me. And I'm very tempted to be like, the fuck? But I know that the showrunner is kind of a hothead, so I'm just not gonna touch that. Oh, okay. Well, at least he got approved for another thing. Is that the local one you were talking about that you were like, what the heck? Low email DM spoons is really relatable. Yeah. There's something about I think it's just like the immediacy of replying to stuff now that we've had the internet has kind of amped a lot of people's anxiety. Because it's like, it wasn't that long ago that people were still doing the vast majority of their communication through like pen pal letters. Sort of, it's a street side vending event in Long Beach. Like, I know my friend Hannah, she does, I'm not sure exactly what city it is, but she does a bunch of little art shows at a brewery near Pasadena. There's a lot of random weird events that, and some of them are really not great for selling, and some of them are. It really kind of depends. I do not. I'll see if I can find out, and now that I have you on Discord, I can message you there. Instant communication was a mistake, except for when I want to talk to my friends. Yeah. I would like to go back to pen pals, please. I would like to have a long-distance correspondence with, like, my friends that live in France. And then if there's an emergency, they message me or something. I think it kind of... I wonder if it did something to, like, I know most of us are around the same age. If it kind of did something to our, like, parents' generation, too, where they have this expectation that we are always on for them, kind of thing. And it's like, they didn't have that when they were growing up, so it's like, where the heck did this come from? Son of Monsterpalooza is drivable. Would you say it's worth going to? If it's drivable, yes. I think so I'm kind of regret giving up my spot in Son of, because I had to choose. I couldn't do both. Son of is much smaller than Monsterpalooza, but it is more industry focused. So you still get a bit, it's a little less like people trying to get fan photos and a bit more like actual people in the special effects industry. 2 hours counts as drivable. Oh, okay. I mean, if you're not paying for a hotel, I think you should be fine, like, not losing money there. Like, other artists, if you've got original creative stuff, want to support other artists. Like, I did pretty well there. I mean, I wasn't making, like, bank, but I also had to pay for the hotel that was right there that was kind of expensive. But I did meet, like, a bunch of, artist friends and everything. That's where Lance Hendrickson came by my table. But yeah, I do miss the atmosphere of Son of Monsterpalooza. It just also happens to, like, correspond with a lot of other shows because it's October. Is there an actual... Yeah, there are two. There's Monsterpalooza... Okay, so Son of is in Burbank by the airport. And then Son of Monsterpalooza... Or, that's Son of Monsterpalooza. Monsterpalooza is in Pasadena at the Convention Center. And, that one is way bigger. I'd say 2-3 times the size. But it's a lot of, like, people getting fan autographs. And, people selling things to get fan autographs on. And, like, last year, I know they did finally instate, like, a no AI policy, but there was definitely people that had AI. Yeah, that one's in May. So that one is, I just paid for my table for this coming year. So I think they're opening it up to the waitlist in next month. And as to who gets off the waitlist when, I don't know what the... Like, it kind of depends, I think, on whether or not Elliot likes you. That's the other thing, is it's run by Elliot. He has favorites. He gets stressed out sometimes. He is a human being. But yeah, so it's like, once you're in your spot, that is where you live. You will not move. And, do not cancel or you will not get back in. Yes, they're opening the tabling waitlist next month. Because the thing is, Monsterpalooza is set up, I think both of the shows are set up, where people that are in can just re-roll in the next year. Like, unless you did something that pissed Elliot off, you just get in next year. So it is very hard to get tables in, and then once you have them, you can't let go of them or you won't get back in. Like, it is very, very rare for him to let somebody roll over a table to the next year. Very rare. I think I've heard one person do it. And it was because they got cancer and they were very famous. It's like, I haven't been to Son of in a while, so it's a possibility it's kind of become more fansy, but I think from the people I've heard that do both shows, they still prefer that one. Yeah, Monsterpalooza, I have a love-hate relationship with Monsterpalooza. Like, I love seeing my friends and all the artists I know that table at the show or they just go to the show. But it has gotten so very... people just wanting autographs that it kind of drives me mad. It's getting a little bit of a rebound now that, like, the AI backlash has started to become a thing. But it kind of is taking its sweet time. Now they've gotten into decon, you've been looking for more cons to apply for tables at. Thanks for the info. I was convinced for some reason it was in Washington. No. Washington, the closest they have is Crypticon, which is another one of those that I, like, was in, did not attend 1 year, or, like, could not have my table 1 year, and then, like, they stopped contacting me back, and I was like, oh, okay. I should try to get into that one again. I was like, I think they were mad at me for not going 1 year, because I think it tends to be the exact same time as Monsterpalooza. Sorry, dogs are going crazy. And then I'm still trying to desperately get into the Oddities and Curiosities Expo, but their sign up is an absolute pain in the ass. You've upgraded from Artist Alley to Exhibition Hall for Crypticon next year. Oh, they're different now? They used to just have everything in the same spot when I was there. There's been a lot of, like, new cons popping up, just because a lot of artists are like, well, what the fuck do I do for income now? But a lot of them have already kind of caved or have had really bad, like, management. But I kind of don't go for a brand new one unless it's got somebody I kind of trust behind it. Also, a lot of them are like, oh, you want to be a guest artist? I'm like, oh, sure. But, like, then they're like, okay, it's $500 for the table. I'm like, you don't understand what guest artist means. They moved it up to the first week in May permanently, it seems. Okay. So, when is... Hold on. I have to see when Monsterpalooza is, because I think that's why I had to stop going to Crypticon, was because it was the exact same time. I had to stop going to Crypticon once I got into Monsterpalooza. How do table fees usually go? It really depends on the show. So Monsterpalooza is, I think I paid, yeah, $675 for a table. It's not cheap. And then... Okay, so next year it's June 11th through the 13th, so I could potentially do both next year if they let me in again. But, okay, so that is, that's Monsterpalooza. Monsterpalooza is not as bad as a lot of places. I think that's... If I remember correctly, Lightbox was about that price too. And Lightbox you do not make money at. That is a purely like student show. Emerald City, which is one of the big Comic-Cons, I have a booth that I split 3 ways with my friends, and I pay... Oh, shit. I want to say like $1,300 is my half, or my chunk of the thing. I have to see what it is this year with, we're not doing electricity because they skyrocketed the price of electricity. But, yeah. It keeps going up in price every single year and the amenities get worse. Explain it. make it make sense. Oh yeah, we did finally get... It took them forever and a half, but we did finally get confirmation that we have our Emerald City table this year. Hopefully they don't forget, because they have done that to us. They did take our money once and then forget our table. No, it is a good plan to do that. I mean, I don't usually operate at a loss, except for Monsterpalooza. If I don't get the hotel early, I will break even. If I get the hotel early, I'll break even. If I don't get the hotel early, I will lose money. But last year was bad for sales. It was bad. I usually sell a bunch of originals. I did not this year. I don't know. I think I sold maybe one. So I just had, no money after that show. I spent way more than I got. And it's at this point, it's just kind of like a sunken cost of well, I go there to see the people I know. And like I said, to make new friends, like the guy I was talking to about the jewelry design. And it's I do have sweet moments where I meet somebody that's been a fan for a long time, and which I still have a hard time processing. I have a hard time processing I have fans. There used to be a lot of cheaper shows around, but I don't know. A lot of them have just gone up in price so much that it's hard to find one under $500. You resemble that remark. I figured DesignerCon was pretty massive popular, but I'm getting worried it'll calm down because of Pasadena. Oh. To justify the table cost, you mean? Yeah, I don't know how Vegas is gonna go, I'll be honest with you. I know, talking to my Kaleidos friends, they did very well. But then talking to other people that went there, they did very badly. So I have no idea what constitutes success there. I mean, I would think that, Vegas would kind of be a different demographic than Pasadena, but I'm not sure. I haven't really been to Vegas. It's not really a kind of place that I'm ooh, I want to go to. I know my friend Bruce has done, the Magicon that they have in Vegas, and he's done very well there. So it's my hope is that there's people, I mean, they're in Vegas, they gotta be willing to spend money, you'd think, because they're in Vegas. Yeah, I wish I was more help in that realm. I have not really done a show in Vegas. I've been kind of wanting to do shows in the East Coast again. I've only really done a LuxCon, which is it's an illustrator-centric show. It's not really a big convention. It's literally just artists. And you do get some collectors that show up there. So it's if you get on the collectors' radars, you can have a good show, but you have to get on the collectors' radar. So I lost money going to that, but... Which, that one's also kind of weird. They could be in Philly, but for some reason they're no, we must be in Reading, a 2-hour drive away from Philly that you can't even really take a bus to. You have to rent a car. know if this dragon wants ears. Do you want ears? Oh, thank you, White Knight, for sending me the Crypticon thingamajiggy. My tea kettle also died today, so now I'm like, I have microwave milk tea right now. Not the same. What am I doing with this? I might migrate from this for now. Move on to something else. Oh, sorry. Hot. Do I want to switch to the other side of this? Good. I was debating if I wanted to make this a full page illustration thing. You had a giant Thai iced tea with lunch. Probably the only reason you're awake right now. Thai iced teas are dangerous. But I very much wish I had one right now. Milk teas are like not very much caffeine at all, so it's like, it's more like sleepy time tea for me than normal. I just realized this isn't... Are all of these? Oh, okay. I was wondering how they stapled these together, if it was every other sheet. Okay, some of them are grouped together. I was like, if I pull this apart... So this one, the stitching is, these are together. I really should plan my ones where I cross the gap for when I have that. But I don't really plan my pages. I was like, so this is all in clumps. I'm guessing it's every time I see the stitches. Yeah, it's every time I see the stitches. Found a liquid caffeine additive that you put in my fizzy water sometimes. Oh. Do not need more caffeine. Not need more caffeine. Right now, my current go-to is, unfortunately, it's an evil company, but it's the Nez Cafe does a mocha. A dehydrated, or like a instant coffee mocha. And it is good. It was, instant coffee has come a long ways in the last few years. Like, I still have a bunch of, have any of y'all ever done that, pre-workout stim stuff? They should invent a company that isn't evil. Yeah, exactly. That was kind of, when I was handing stuff in for that potential film gig, I was like, huh, do I want to work for these people? Because at least one was not a great reputation. And then I'm like, is there anyone in Hollywood that doesn't have a terrible reputation besides pretty much Del Toro? There is not much these days. What is this, working out of what you speak? Oh god. You talking about the priestdom stuff? It's like a crap ton of caffeine and I'm trying to think, they add a bunch of other stuff to it, but it's like it makes you feel like your whole body is like getting electrocuted a little bit. Like I have some of that from I could speak today. From when I do weightlifting, but I haven't done that in a bit because my hands are constantly angry. I'm trying to think of how much caffeine they have in there. It is an insane amount, though. You, like, take it right before working out, and sometimes when I would have that stuff, I would spend, like, 2 solid hours on the elliptical. Alright, so if I gotta do the noodly body... Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to ask. Okay, so I was posting schedules up until, like, last week. Do people pay attention to the schedule? Should I keep posting an actual schedule, or should I just be, like, plan on it being Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday? Like, I don't know if it's still helpful to be doing that, or if I'm fairly consistent at this point. Hopefully. Also, every single time I post about streaming on my Instagram, it, like, nerfs my reach. Every single time. I have no reach on Instagram. It's insane. Bold of you to assume I know what day it is. I guess that answers that question. I guess I also have to figure out how to do... I know Twitch is trying to make it so that, like, everyone's gotta figure out how to stream sideways, too. I guess I have to figure that out as well. You use it to plan my afternoon errands sometimes. Oh, okay. And White Knight, I can't remember, are you more Blue Sky or Instagram? Sorry, it's like, because I can technically stream also to Instagram, but I haven't because I hate Instagram. And if Twitch was making you sign out to train your stuff, or train all your data, I know it was like Amazon made them do it, because apparently internally they all hated it, but like Instagram's definitely doing that. Blue Sky hurts your brain? Yeah, vertical as in the phone streams. So it's like, I don't think I want to do that for Instagram, even though I know it's a thing, just because I don't want to give Meta any more data. Wait, you say Blue Sky is the same as Twitter? Isn't that why it hurts your brain? I like blue sky. For the most part. I am constantly inundated with bots, and then if anything ever, like, breaches containment of my little circle, I get the most inane comments that I'm like, why do you need to be here? Vertical videos are dumb, just turn your phone sideways. Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know why Twitch is pushing it, but they have this thing right now where they'll give you, like, extra subscriptions to give away if you stream in both formats. I'm trying to think of, last week, when I was walking Raya, we got charged and then, like, circled by this, duck toller that this lady had just loose in her front yard, and it, like, had zero training. She was, like, trying to call it back, and it just was ignoring her, and she went to grab it, and it was just running around. But it was trying to, like, figure out how to bite Raya. And I made a comment that, like, if your dogs are not trained to have perfect recall, they should not be off leash. And, you know, outside of a fenced yard. And, even the perfect recall, I am like, a lot of people think they have perfect recall, and they do not. But, I posted that on Blue Sky just, like, right after that happened, because I was mad. And that one escaped containment, and I got so many stupid comments. Like, somebody was like, wasp spray. I'm like, why would I use wasp spray? That's gonna kill both that dog, my dog, and get me sick. What the frick? Does Twitch realize what their primary video content is? Yeah, I think they're, because Twitch, I think, has been having problems sustaining themselves. And, like, I know YouTube Shorts are doing well. And, like, TikTok is kind of fading now because YouTube, I think, is taking that format for the most part. Yeah, wasp spray. It was a little funny because I commented, I was like, what are you doing? And they deleted their comment. And I got so many comments from people, like, there was a lot of cat people in my chat that were all like, yeah, I hate dogs. I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, just... I think it's like a weird boomer thing to just comment for the sake of commenting and having nothing productive to say. Just judging by the like profiles of the people that were making comments. And then when I muted the account or muted the thread, I was like, all right, I'm muting this for my own sanity. And I was like, you need to you need to put your pets on leashes if they're not in a properly fenced in area. And I mean all of your pets. And then I got blocked by a ton of cat people. So people need to lurk more? Yeah. It's just, I've noticed that in some realms, Blue Sky definitely turns into just Facebook. God, yes, you had a filter on Facebook that excluded my mom because she did that. Oh no. It is really weird, isn't it? Neither cats nor dogs should be free roaming. Exactly. Like, there's this one woman that keeps on putting out cat food. And, she got, like, one feral cat. I don't think it was a feral cat. I think she just kind of stole somebody's cat. But then she's like, there's so many rats around here. I'm like, yeah, because you keep putting out food for them. It's not the cats that she's feeding, it's raccoons and rats. But yes, the inane comments is, yeah, I do not miss that about Facebook at all. Like, I don't know where it comes from, if it's like a FOMO thing or what, but it's just like, I don't know. I have no idea. The lady is... She's retired and... just, you know... got too much time on her hands, and apparently that time is going to feeding rats. They all live in the, like, rock wall that, like, is all along the one side of her house. Every time I walk by there, you can see the rats scurry into the holes. Good deal for the rats. Yeah. There's just way too frickin' many rats around here. Like, I mean, this year it's incredibly dry, right? Food was consumed, you are sustained. Good job. I hope it's not in reference to the rats, though. But it's like, I like putting out food for the birds, and the rats have constantly figured out how to get into my bird feeder and have broken it so many times because the rats get huge. Some of them, like, there's one that I killed that I kind of wish I had weighed because there's a researcher that wants I think he offered like a $3 grand reward if you get a rat bigger than 3 pounds. Or that, like, crosses 3 pounds. And I'm pretty sure that one I killed with a pickaxe was pretty damn close. You found out that Jimothy's mother is named Jimberly? I think, did you see that his father, potential father, is, Danny DeVito? Anti-squirrel bird feeders work on rats? No. Well, the thing is, like, the birds that I feed are the crows, mostly. And, so you can't really use the anti-bird, or squirrel feeders on them. So I have, like, a big pole that has, like, metal sheeting so they can't jump on it. But the rats have, like, figured out how to launch themselves off, like, the stairs or the planters to get in there, and then they've broken it so many times now that I haven't even put it back up for a while. But, like, in a usual year when our garden is, like, alive and not dying of dehydration, we will get a rat a day in the traps, at least. There were days where we were getting, like, 3 to 5. That's how many freaking rats are around here. It's gotten to the point that the crows come by and know to check the rat traps because they will pull the rats out. At least the crows get a snack out of it. Yeah, I think, I think Jimothy's father, Jormathy or whatever, is in, like, Ballard, or not Jormathy, the Danny DeVito, I think, is a Ballard. At least they're guessing it's the dad because it's another short-backed one. But yeah, I need to get a new pole, set it up in a different spot. Try again. Rat traps in the bird feeder, self-filling crow food box. Yeah, though, like, I avoid doing that because so I feed the crows, but then also there's a lot of, like, juncos and nuthatches and spotted towhees. We do get a lot of other birds. And they are small enough to get into the rat feeder, or the rat traps. Um, I don't know if we've ever... I think one time a Junko got into one. But other than that, Ernesto's been really good about cramming them where the birds can't reach them. To kind of keep them from being accidental bycatch of the rat traps. Yeah, the rats are something else out here. Like, Raya actually murdered one a couple weeks ago. That just thought it was, like, hidden in the shadows, so it just sat there. And then a coyote went and ate the rat. I would not let her keep that, obviously. Good lord. See, the thing is I don't think she actually, like, we've worked on the bunnies enough that it's a game to her. Like, I don't think she'd actually catch the bunnies, because there have been times that she could have. For her, it's a game. She chases them, like, if one of them, sometimes you get one that, like, runs, it just moves forward a little bit and then stops, and then moves forward a little bit and then stops. And Raya's always, like, when it stops doing that, she kind of just does a little hop and woofs at it, like, come on, I want to keep the game going. So I don't think she's actually trying to kill the bunnies. She just, it's her hunting instinct that she wants to stalk, chase. But the rats are a different story. The rats, I have not trained her not to do that. Because they're rats. They're invasive, and they're everywhere. Like, I love pet ones. They're very cute, but we do not have... They're not adorable pet ones here. They're big, Norwegian, invasive mother effers. I'm almost kind of tempted to try to do... Alright, chat, I'll let you vote. Should I try to do a little bit of ink painting on this? Or move on to another sketch? If I paint, I gotta go get a little bit of water. You're abstaining because you're about to log off. Okay. Elaine says ink. Which, thank you for hanging out, White Knight. I appreciate it. As always. You don't have the capacity to make decisions. Okay. You have a Zoom stitching meeting at 5. Ooh, nice. Have fun. Alright, I'm gonna get a little bit of ink. I'm just gonna do a very quick wash. Like, it's not gonna be anything major, but I have all these inks that I got that I kind of want to try some of them out. So, this will be a fun excuse. I'm gonna turn this... Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go get some water in my thingamajiggies. Alright. Color. Morningstar is attention mark. Nervous Crater. I think I ordered a bunch of greens. These are the ones I haven't sorted out yet. Tar Heel I really freaking like. It's like a nice blue-gray, which is like one of my favorite colors to paint with. But it only comes in these tiny bottles. It was a limited edition thing, and I have not been able to find one since, so I'm very hesitant to use that. Alright, I don't know. I need to get more trays. They're not trays, they're painting, they're technically, I use them as paint trays, but they're actually, those little silicone stress relief poppers. Why is the good stuff always limited edition discontinued? Exactly. Why do they do this? Why do they hate me? Alright, so we may have to just do some samples. Have to do some color sampling elsewhere. Not leak. Good. First you don't succeed, threaten it. The coffee jelly at the boba shop is discontinued? Oh no! Why would they do that? It seems like a everybody loves kind of thing. Oh no! Okay. Alright. I don't know how much water this notebook can hold. I don't think it is a ton. This is my Cottonwoods sketch pad, and I do love this sketch pad. As you can tell, I've been doing most of my drawing in it recently. But I don't know if it can hold a ton of water. I'm not gonna go too crazy. Maybe they just have a supply issue and then we'll come back. Yeah, that is the hope, isn't it? I know, like, back when I was doing a lot more weightlifting, I would go get my stuff from, Boba Tea Protein, because their stuff actually tastes good, but almost every good flavor would be discontinued immediately. Like, there was a strawberries and cream one that I really wanted. It's gone. Oh, it's gone. I also realized I should probably use that extra slip. Parchment paper. There, the company gets bought out and the new owners throw out all the good stuff. Yeah. The great shitification. They're like, ah, we bought your fan base. We bought you for your fan base. And then they make everything that got the fan base to get rid of. Makes total sense, doesn't it? Good business practice. Alright, this is a very intense teal here. What specific mini-series are you venting about? Not that there aren't giant swaths of them. This one I made the mistake of going in with too much color right away. I'm gonna have to lift a bunch of this real quick before it gets too dry. But right now this is a little clowny. The Halo I totally forgot there was a Halo miniseries. Gotta be honest with you. Like, I've learned I've gotta stop watching TV series until they're done because, like, everything I like gets canceled. Been burned too many times. Like, I finally started watching The Burrows because I was like, okay, everybody's saying good things about it, I'll go watch it. And it was interesting. And then I was like, and it's canceled. Like, I started watching, what, Witch Hat Atelier, or Atelier? I always say Atelier, and I don't know why. And Freerin, are those gonna get canceled now? Alright, I probably went in a little too heavy with this. Yeah, I did. Losing some of my line work, but oh well. It happens. Seat of the pants, this is what we get. Sometimes I lose my line work. Some of this stuff, if I want to fix it, I may have to come in later with, like, gouache. Smidge of gouache to go over with, like, the white parts. The lighter parts. Okay. What was a morning star? That was that bright ass teal. Ooh, I might still use, that's the pink. Oh, thank you, Starbirdies. I appreciate it. I also just realized I haven't had this chat on the multi-mate one, or the multi-chat. Sorry! We are attempting. This is a very seat of the pants paint job here. More if I had a bunch of inks that I got that I wanted to test out. And the paper is not the best for wet media. So it's a bit of a learning experience here. Alright, so this one is my Uma. A lot of these are named after, like, star constellations. I think this is... I thought this was like a purple gray. It's more of a brown, but I don't hate that. This is actually kind of... I used to make my own ink out of tea. And this is a lot of how I would do the shading back in those. That was one of my first indie games that I made. The Creature Chaos was shaded a lot like this. Had a lot of fun with that game. The only reason I don't still make tea ink is that it's not the most light fast. It was really fun to make because I would do all these, like, I would drink way too much tea and then use the bags for making the ink, and I would try to find ones that were like specific blends, and like I really like trying to get like a red, like a pomegranate tea, but that stuff was never very light. It would always fade out so fast. Oh, Creature Chaos is... Sorry, it is no longer live. That was a while ago. That was an indie game I made in like 2014. So unfortunately it does not have... It is not live anymore. We've talked about bringing it back, but we would have to essentially recode the entire thing. So maybe someday, but it is not in existence anymore. Apologies. It was kind of a recipe for the tea watercolor. I put one on Tumblr forever ago. I don't know if I still have it. It's mostly that you just have to take the tea and boil it down a ton to concentrate it. And then you need gum arabic to be a setting agent on it. Is the big thing. But like I said, it is not very light fast. So your paintings will not stay pretty for long. But it is something like if you look it up, it is like I know there's more than a few tutorials for it. I think the ones that you have the best luck with is people will make it out of there's like all these recipes for making your own ink, and laundry blue is one of them that works the best because that one's like a permanent clothing dye ink. So like that one I would highly suggest trying if you want to try making your own ink. Is using stuff that's a little bit more like fabric dyes than tea or coffee. Cause yeah, or I think coffee's a little bit more staining. It's really hard to get it to keep for a long time. Is why I have now gotten to the point where I just buy Colorverse inks because I'm a little obsessed with this brand. Yeah, sorry I couldn't be more help with that. It's just something I have not done in a long time. Like probably a decade. It's like if I have something, it's like in a compressed folder on some backup drive. Alright, I want to see if I can get a little bit of yellow in here. I'm pushing the limits as to what this paper wants to do. Oh well. It was an experiment. What did I have? You're blue? Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Like I said, I got a bunch of inks, and I'm trying to remember what the frick colors I got. Goodbye, your friend is here. Okay, well, have a good night, Munchkin, and good luck with school. Thanks for hanging. What time are we at? Okay. I am going a bit late tonight since I didn't start till pretty late. I still got, like, I can go for about 20 more minutes, I think. And I gotta walk my dog. But tomorrow I should hopefully be starting significantly earlier in the day. I'm hoping around 1 or 2 at the latest, because I have meetings in the earlier in the day, so I'm hoping I'll be set up enough from having to do those that I can easily enough roll into streaming. That is the plan. I'm trying to remember. And then, yeah, Friday will be... I think Friday I'm going to finally do Ooblets. Since I was supposed to do that last Friday, but my headset died. We had to delay the Beastie Breakdown series for a week for that, but I'll be able to pick that back up. And then that should also hopefully be earlier in the day because I once again have an earlier appointment that will hopefully have me live and settled and ready to go earlier than I usually am. Just because I've been dragging. I've been dragging so much. Like I said, it has been a rough last week. And I just wanted to draw. And we did a weird dragon. I just don't want to draw it in the background, but I don't think I'm going to paint the whole thing. I think I'll just leave that. If I do paint the background, I think I'm making it like monotone. Like I might pull that this color in, which now that it's drying is more like a green gray. Like this I might use, but I'll keep the color right here. I want to get a little bit more intense yellow here, but I'm not going to be able to get that with this ink. So I think, like I said, I might come back in. I might just use gel pens. Honestly, gel pens, I think, are underutilized by a lot of artists. They work really well for, like, where you would usually use gouache. You must away, cat sitting for the next 2 weeks. Have fun with the rest of the dragon. Well, thanks for hanging out, Rayland. And good luck with the cat sitting. A bit of red around these edges. Cat sitting is just evenings. I should catch the stream tomorrow. Bye. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Joel. Hang out. Thanks for hanging out. Good night. I need to switch to the Chiptunes channel. Station. Pretzel Rock, eventually all their stations just kind of start going a little south at some point. I don't hate the way this dried out, actually. This turned out pretty nice. It is drying very quickly, which I don't think is necessarily the favor. I think it's just hot. I have a little fan blowing on me, so that's probably not helping. Thoroughly rinse my brushes off. We'll suds them up later, but should be good for now. Alright, that is all I'm going to do for that one, just because, like I said, this was an experiment, and I need to go through my, like, 10,000 ink vials back here and see what the heck I got. I think I got mostly, like, greens, I'm pretty sure. Greens and a few browns and oranges, because I'm still on a quest to find a good orange. I think orange is just a hard pigment to do in ink. Okay, since this is... Oh, on a scale of 1 to 10, how wet are you? I'm very glad I put a little... Oh my gosh, you can see with the... You can't tell it's off camera, but I have this little mat that I put down on the edge of my desk to stop the ink from underneath my little water containers and stuff from getting on the table. And I built this, my desk. And so I did a clear coat of resin on the top, and you could tell that it's getting a little brown from the sun. And if I lift up the mat, it's like it's got its own farmer's tan. Okay. What am I going to draw for the, like, 20 minutes I have left to stream? station. Okay. Pulling out a drawing board. Alright. It is fairly dry already. Ink splatter. I brush off ink splatter. And I put a little piece of tracing paper in there so it hopefully wouldn't mess up the next piece. And it did save that. Good, 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 good. And now I'm going to set this somewhere. I need more flat surface space in my office so that I don't immediately take up with the sketchbook. I think I would have learned by now, but I have not. I'm just pulling out my Yubo paper, which is, if I really wanted to use very expensive tracing paper, it would be this, but this stuff is too expensive to use for that. It's usually used for resin pouring. I use it for drawing because I'm a sociopath. Or psychopath. What's the difference? I used to know that. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I have no idea if I have D&D tonight. I'll find out later. Okay, so I'm not going to use the pencil I was using with the dragon, because that smudges like crazy on this. I use animator pencils on this, though only certain colors, because not every single color acts the same way. Some of them smudge, some of them don't. Depending on what you're trying to draw, it totally change how it's going to work out for you. Let me see. Which one of you is the most dull, though? None of you. I picked 3 sharp ones. That's not usually how I roll. Usually I have a dull one that I start with. This one shouldn't be that bad. No idea what I'm going to draw, though. Just in case anybody thought I had a plan. I do not. I'm just gonna put down lines till something speaks to me. But very, very gently. Because you can't erase on this paper. What am I doing? Still don't know what I'm drawing. Slowly kind of figuring something out. I think I am deciphering sassy sheep from this. Don't ask. I don't know. It's where the lines brought me. Someday I'll end up getting diagnosed as like schizophrenic because I'm talking about the lines. The lines, they speak to me. They tell me, sassy sheep. Ah, I heard my dog first. Nope, she's still neglecting me. She doesn't like it when I talk to myself in my office. She used to hang out all the time on stream. But then she decided she didn't like me talking to myself. Ooh, it does remind me. I need to make a thing on the starting soon screen that shows people where to opt out of the AI training on Twitch. Because we don't need that. No idea what's going on with the legs. I'm like, part of me wants to smush them together, and I'm like, this doesn't make any freaking sense. But maybe I can make it work. But right now, this is getting not abstract enough, and this is abstract. It's called Power Up by Kemitu Beats. I'm gonna ask if you need me to. Hold on. This one, I wonder if this is one of the new ones that they added, because I don't remember hearing it before, but it's actually pretty good. I figure out if this is working. Weird sheep. Don't like that. Don't like how silly I made this face. Do not need a silly. Let me go into you googly. And by you googly, I mean I'm gonna duck go. Beep. See if I can find one from that back angle though. I think that's mostly what I'm trying to figure out is how much foreshortening do I need to put? All the pictures are from the front for probably obvious reasons. Maybe I shouldn't do all that much foreshortening then. Alright, need a Kleenex. Alright, secret weapon. The smudgeable. Gentle on your nose and on the paper. This one I just kind of want to smudge largely away as much as I can because I'm going to redraw that and I can't really erase on it. That wasn't the pencil, was easy. Oh, Hylian, I do need to ask you, where do you rent the paddle boards from for Saturday? You're still around? I might just pester you on Discord. There we go. I think that's better. So this line looks way more harsh on the stream than it actually is. Okay. I know I've been wanting to get a kayak for forever. And we might see if we can get one in time. Because I think Ernesto's like gonna get me it for like an early Christmas present. But we'll probably end up having to rent. I think this whole head's gonna end up being black. Shade this in. I do want to see if I can teach Raya, though obviously I'm not going to do that on this excursion, but I do want to see if I can teach Raya to sit on a canoe, not a canoe, a kayak, or paddleboard. But I haven't even really tried her with swimming yet. I know she loves to go in the water. But we'll see. Like, she's a bit of a scaredy cat, but she also wants to be everywhere we are. So I'm like, she might brave it up. Increment her up to a boating license. I have to get my freaking driver's license. Like I said earlier, a while ago, when I tried to get it renewed, they have like a 4-month waiting list. Ridiculous. But, like, I would like to take her up to Deception Pass and just kind of see how she is out there, but, I won't have a license until, October. It is ridiculous how bad the wait list, or the waiting time is for the DMV. Like, did I miss some kind of gutting of the DMV? That we have such a bad wait time? Like, I thought they did online appointments so that it was supposed to be faster, and somehow it's way worse. Like a part of me that wants to make this like hairy, but I think it works better if it just matches the curvature. The creature artist in me wants to make it hairy, but this is a sheep. This is not a creature. Like this one line that's annoying me in there. The rest of it's fine, but that one line. Now the other question is, do I want to put a little ear tag on it? Maybe? I mean, it's like, oh, I should just erase this part, but no. That needs to be in there. I'll just make a little bit more concrete of a dip. I don't know if I like it that dark there. Maybe not. They call it pretty. Walking the dog. You didn't know it was my thing when I mentioned it earlier. You know, I've always liked kayaking. I just haven't had one because they're not exactly, the foldable stuff is like pretty dang new. But before then it was like, you need to have a ton of space and they're not cheap. But yeah, I've gone kayaking quite a bit, I've gone canoeing quite a bit, I've done paddleboarding, but I'm not as big of a fan. But yeah, I have always liked it. And there's been a lot of like lakes around here that I've gone to and I'm like, ooh, this would be really nice to have a kayak. Especially, there's that one spot we went to, it was like Xena's last hurrah. We rented a cabin. Oh, it was I can't talk. It was past Clealum. There was a really, I think it was called like Lake Serene or something like that. I don't think so. I'm not naming that Lake Serene, I don't think is it. It was a very pretty lake that you had to drive like way the heck out in the middle of nowhere for. But it was very popular once you got there. I mean, popular for in that like we probably saw like 20 people. We accidentally interrupted an REI photo shoot. That's how you know it was a good spot. But that was a very pretty lake. I did swim out in it for a bit, but I was like, damn, I really would like to go back there with a kayak one of these days. And it's like, Oni's obsessed with swimming. He absolutely loves swimming. So he's actually probably the dog we would be more likely to get out on a raft. But I have not really, like, Raya hasn't really had a chance to go hiking yet. So, he's untested. I don't know 100% if I'm keeping the face like that. I may actually try some of the ink on this, but not right now. I may have the gift. I just know Oni's obsessed with swimming. He's a little hilarious because he gets as far, or like he gets out to like tummy deep, and then he just kind of drops his legs out from underneath him, and he submarines, and it's very cute. But Xena wasn't a fan of swimming, so it's not an Nikita thing, but when we had the other pond, Raya wouldn't really swim in it, but it wasn't that deep. But she was always in it. Drowning her toys, but she was always in it. Yeah. It's one of the things I've been wanting to do. Like, I haven't really gone properly camping or hiking kinda since then. I think the last proper hike I did may have been when we did the Lime Kiln or whatever one. Can't remember. Yes, I miss hiking. Alright, I'm gonna leave this weirdo sheep for now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I may just leave it here, I may tweak some things. But I gotta go walk the dog. And since I don't know what I want to do with this, it's a good time to leave it and come back later anyways. And then I'll pull up, let's see what the other guy turned in. So yeah, the paper warped a bit. But not all that bad. Could've been worse. But yeah, things turned out decently enough. Okay, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, probably around, I want to say like 1:30, hopefully. We'll see. But Yeah, the colors were... It was a little... For blind choosing, didn't turn out too bad. The blue is a little overwhelming, that's why I'm probably going to come in with some yellow gel pen and kind of, like, pop up some of these things. But... just good enough. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully the, pixel art background stuff is going well. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.